Welcome to the New York Community Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Loretta Brooks, and as you know, today is our marathon. So people will be delayed, and they'll be coming in as they get in here. I hope that all of you were able to get through everything. All they did was search my car, so I was lucky. They went in the trunk. I told them I was a minister, and all I had in the trunk was cookies. Anyway, so I just want to welcome you here, and I'm going to say to you that when you leave here, you'll feel better than when you came in. That's always what we say, and that's always the way it is for each and every one of us. So we are going to do a spiritual mind treatment, and then after that, we will have our reading, and then we'll have some wonderful music from our musical guest today. So let's start out with our spiritual mind treatment, and this is a new month, the month of November. And it should be a really good month. Let's set the intention now, each and every one of us, that we're going to have a great November. It's going to be a really good month for each and every one of us. So please join me in knowing this truth. So I speak this word right here and right now for each and every one in this room, for those who are on their way, for those who are a part of this community, and for myself. I am knowing, understanding, and completely accepting that with God, all things are possible. So I know this truth for each and every one here, that this lesson this morning, the reading, the music, everything unfolds in a beautiful and wonderful way. And this lesson about gratitude is a lesson of joy, a lesson of peace, and a lesson that reaches the hearts of each and every one in this room. Each one then is inspired and blessed by it, uplifted and empowered, moving out into life in a new direction with greater clarity, greater health, greater wealth, greater financial well-being, and more harmonious, loving relationships. Any thought patterns within the subconscious mind, any appearances of resistance, rejection, or rebellion are hereby uprooted, neutralized, and dissolved. And each and every person in this room is a forward-moving thinker, uplifted, inspired, and held in the divine embrace. These words are the truth. They are now released into the law with love and gratitude, and there are wonderful demonstrations for each and every one of us. So be it, and together we say, and so it is. And now please help me welcome Emily Howard. She's our licensed practitioner. She'll do our reading this morning. Emily?
Good morning.
Good morning.
There we go. There we go. Ooh, thank you. Thank you. My reading today is called How to Cultivate an Attitude of Gratitude by Jessica Cassidy. Thinking about all you have to appreciate can boost your happiness and your overall sense of well-being, according to psychologists. It helps explain why Thanksgiving scores so high among American holidays. It's topped only by Christmas. The effects of gratitude last longer than you think. Feeling and expressing gratitude can make you happy in the moment. Just think back to the joy you felt the last time a friend helped you out or your partner cooked a gourmet dinner, and a growing mound of evidence shows that giving thanks can also have a lasting effect on your mood. One study from the University of Pennsylvania found that people who wrote and delivered a heartfelt thank you letter actually felt happier for a full month after, and the same researchers discovered that writing down 3 positive events each day for a week kept happiness levels high for up to 6 months. So, how can you cultivate a growing sense of gratitude and its positive side benefits on your own? It turns out that the tools used by psychologists in research studies, namely a gratitude journal and some thank you notes, are some of the best ones for boosting gratitude both in and out of the lab. By writing down positive things that happen to you and actively acknowledging those who have helped you, you become better at recognizing the good in your life, which naturally helps you feel more grateful and thankful more often. Of course, the actual goal isn't to have a notebook full of declarations of gratitude, but rather to make gratitude a default feeling. According to researchers, there are 4 primary characteristics of grateful people, and these are the ones that thank you notes and a gratitude journal can help tap, strengthen, and invigorate. People who experience the most gratitude, and therefore the most positive effects, tend to feel a sense of abundance in their lives, appreciate the contributions of others to their well-being, recognize and enjoy life's small pleasures, and acknowledge the importance of experiencing and expressing gratitude. Whether or not these attitudes come to you naturally, paying attention to life's positives can train you to see more and more of them, which will help you learn to be more grateful. You might feel blessed that good weather allowed you to get out for an afternoon run, that a stranger lent a helping hand, that you made it to the bus on time, or that your kids offered to do the dishes. Acknowledging these things on paper, with words, or even in your thoughts will help you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, and with it, a boost in happiness that will last year-round. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful reading. I love that. All about gratitude, which is what we will be talking about throughout this month. And now we have our announcements. So first and foremost, we're going to continue with the class today. That will start at around 12:30. Shortcut to a Miracle. It's an incredible class, and I know that everyone is getting a lot from it. Also, Barbara Munlin continues her Wednesday nights at the Unitarian Universalist Center. If you'd like information, please see Barbara after the service. It begins at 6:30 until 8:30, and she's using Catherine Ponder's book, Open Your Mind to Receive. So if you want some extra prosperity, I suggest that you go over and join Barbara at the Unitarian Center on Wednesday night. Also, please don't forget this. Next week, we're having our celebration. It's 10 years. 10 years next week, yeah. So please, if you can bring a little something, we would appreciate that. I will get a lot of different things for us. We never have to worry about food around here, right? We really don't. I'm bringing my steak. She's bringing her? Okay. Your chicken. Thank you, Fannie. Thank you. So we will have a celebration next week, which will be wonderful. It's 10 years, which is a long time. It really is, and just very grateful. A lot of gratitude. Okay, so now it's time for us to wish each other a happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Hibiki. Happy Sunday. 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 So, please help me welcome our wonderful guest artist today, Hibiki, and also her accompanist, Yoichi. So please help me welcome Hibiki and Yoichi.
Good morning, everyone. For this morning, I am going to sing one of the famous jazz standard tune, which is The Nearness of You. This is really romantic and beautiful song, so I hope you will enjoy it. It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh, no. It's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no. and I feel you so close to me. All my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me. If you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, oh my wildest dreams come true. I need no soft lights to enchant me. If you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you. Thank you.
Such beautiful music, thank you. Beautiful. The magic of Hibiki and Yoichi. Yes. Okay, so I'm glad that all of you were able to get in okay this morning, and the marathon is going on. I'm sure that will all work out very well for everyone. And we're going to be talking today about gratitude. So I have this book with me, and I use this book all the time. It's Gratitude, A Way of Life by Louise Hay. And it has all of the people that she worked with throughout the many, many years, giving quotes about gratitude and speaking about it. And gratitude, the talk I'm going to give you this morning is gratitude as expectancy. So what you are expecting really becomes a part of your gratitude. We just completed work on intention throughout the month, and we talked about setting your intention. And when you use gratitude as a tool, when you say thank you for everything that you are getting in life, as I was coming in this morning, I didn't want to say thank you. I don't know about any of you, but I'd be honest. But I said thank you anyway, and I came in, And I felt really good because what happens with your energy when you say thank you is it begins to shift and it begins to change. And I have this new practice that I started probably about 5 or 6 months ago with a friend of mine, and she and I every morning, we go over 5 to 10 things that we're grateful for. We do that every day. It's like a practice. And it's really a wonderful practice because it begins to allow you to accept whatever it is that you are grateful for. And what happens for me very often is that I get to appreciate more of the things that are around me. And as I'm appreciating everything and blessing everything, it really changes my consciousness. It allows me to feel better and to do my work in a better way. So when we look at gratitude, we look at expectancy. What are you expecting for your life? Your intention is what you intend. If you intend for something to happen, it will happen. How many people in here believe that? Yes. It will definitely happen as you believe it will happen. It is done unto you as you believe. So you begin to expect something with a clarity, an inner knowingness. This is really an important part of this lesson. I really love this. You know where you are going and you can expect something to happen, even if you get off course. Because within you is your intuition. Now, what is intuition? I wrote down the definition, and I will give that to you. Your intuition is the ability to understand something without a need for conscious reasoning. Your ability to understand something without a need for conscious reasoning. So what does that mean? When you use your intuition, when you use your gratitude and your expectancy, you have a goal, you have something that you would like to accomplish. And you keep that within you, and you keep moving with it, and you keep knowing that it will happen. Do doubts come along? Yes, they will. But there's something within you that always knows for you, and we call it intuition. Intuition is that feeling that you get about something, and it's a very important part of gratitude. Because when you are grateful for your intuition, it begins to work better. When you have gratitude for whatever it is that you are using in your life, everything begins to work better. Everything. When you appreciate sometimes the not so good things, but you appreciate, you say there's a gift in this somewhere. And sometimes you don't know where it is, but it's there. Your intuition will always guide you. It's like this map that we have when we're on a journey. So we are writing out our goals. How many of you have goals? Most of you do. You have intentions and you have expectancy. And what are you grateful for? You know, the word expectancy is a very powerful word because we're talking about that in this class that I'm teaching. There's a law of expectancy. And in our teaching, we believe in expecting good things for yourself. I've had people say to me, why should I expect something? It's not going to work. I don't want to be disappointed. Think about that statement. If you're making those statements to yourself, if I don't expect something, I won't be disappointed. How many of you have ever heard that? That is something that is given to us. It's handed down by many different teachers and people who tell us, do not expect something good, then you won't be disappointed. Sometimes people in our families tell us that. But we have to let go of that as an idea and move into a new reality, which says, yes, I can, and I will expect good things to happen to me each and every day. And by saying thank you, you are expecting. Meister Eckhart said, only 2 words. Those are the only words you will ever need. Those 2 words are thank you. And sometimes now I find myself, after I do my gratitude practice, I find myself just silently saying thank you. You know, or I'll become more aware of the things around me, like the nature, the beauty of nature, the trees that are out right now, the autumn, the different blends of the leaves, appreciating, being grateful for your health and well-being. Being able to see and hear. My friend Joseph's mother is 93 years young. She's written about 20 books. She's a brilliant woman. I really, really like her. And she's losing her sight. She has a remarkable attitude. She has macular degeneration, the appearance of. And she said to me, you know, Loretta, I'm very, very blessed because I'm well taken care of. I live in a lovely place. All my needs are met. And I'm very grateful for the place that I'm living in. The only problem I have is I have to have someone help me to write out my checks. And I have to have someone help me. You see where she's going with this? She's not looking at, sitting there saying, oh my God, I can't do this and I can't do that. She's focusing on the positive, on the good things that she has. And she's not in our teaching, but this is just who she is. She has a remarkable attitude at this age. She's going blind. She's probably almost legally blind. So we have to begin to appreciate the things that are good in our lives. And the more that we do that, there's a saying in this book, and the saying is, it's from Harville Hendricks, where he talks about a loving relationship. And he says, his words are very powerful because he says, if you want a more loving relationship, appreciate the relationship that you have, whatever that may be for you. Because as long as you are denigrating or angry or blaming or shaming or all of those words towards someone, you are not accomplishing the good in that relationship. So think about appreciating your life. The fact that we wake up in the morning and we can see and walk and hear. I have people in my family, my niece Maggie, her mom has never been able to hear in her life. And Maggie does sign language for her mother, and so do all the family members. There are so many things that we see in the world and we take for granted. So many things that are good for us. We take them for granted. And if we begin to appreciate them and have more gratitude in our lives, it begins to bless us in so many ways. Appreciation and gratitude, they are wonderful things for us, and we have to remember them. And I love this book because this book is really, really wonderful. There's a little story in here that I'll share with you later on about a young girl who lives in a very distressed situation, but she appreciates something. If you get a sense of something is happening for me, I may not see it, but I am grateful for it anyway. You see, it's not about your senses. Ever since I went to John of God, I realized that there are so many things that we don't know about. And there are people here in the room that were with me there, and we saw all kinds of things that were amazing. Shonda goes back there every year now. She's been there, I think, 4 or 5 times. The senses can be very trickery to us. They can trick us. We think we see something, we think we know something, but if you have a goal and you are wanting to accomplish something, just get it. Get it and know it. Know that you have it. I'm not talking about going after somebody that doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. That's not what I'm talking about. Please don't misunderstand me. You have to have clarity, you have to have love, and you have to have appreciation and gratitude, you see? So there are people, someone this week is getting a divorce, not from here, from outside. They're divorcing a person, and they're wanting to hang on to that person. They have children, they want to hang on. And, you have to be willing to let go sometimes. That's the other side of that. So in a relationship, when you appreciate the love that you have from other people, you can appreciate the love, but if you don't have love from another person, you have to be willing to also appreciate the fact that the other person wants their freedom, you see? So it's all about really looking at your situation, getting an inner sense of what it is you would like to have, and then expecting it to happen, holding on to that idea. I'm sure that each and every one of you in this room this morning has an idea of something you would like to do in your life. And it doesn't matter whether you can see it or not, because your sixth sense is your intuition. It does not rely upon reasoning. I always remember when I was studying in my 3rd year class with Dr. Grayson, and Karen Kushner, who's now the minister down in Princeton, said to me one day, Loretta, we get really mad at you because you come into this class and you don't study the way we do, but you get it. And I said, but that's intuition. If you really go to your intuition and you really, really rely on it and you really say, thank you, you are such a power in my life and you are growing every day and you are reminding me of who and what I am. That's your intuition. Honor it, bless it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it because it's there to guide you. It is that still small voice that is within you. And the more that you bless and honor it, the more it will give to you, the more it will bless you. You see? I say every day I am divinely guided because I know that I am. I ask for and receive divine guidance. I do it all the time. I was telling someone that I have so many things to do these days that I don't have time to live sometimes. But that's just me. I'm just doing a lot of good things for myself, which is good. You know, I do my prayers, I do my gratitude, and I do meditation. And it's a practice. It's really a practice. But if you want something, expect it to happen with good reason. In other words, if you want something to happen, let's take a relationship. Now, this person that's getting a divorce wants to hold on to her husband. They have children. He doesn't want to be in the marriage. So what will happen to her if she insists on staying with him for the children's sake? That's not going to work out because he doesn't want to be there, you see? So you have to also be willing to let go and let the universe give you something even better or something that's better for you. Your intentions are so powerful. Whatever it is that you would like to have, you're looking for work, a job somewhere, hold on to that intention. Don't let it go. Make it bigger than yourself. And don't doubt yourself. And don't have any fear. Let go of the fear. Get a practitioner to work with you in consciousness. In consciousness. I had a lot of challenges with homes I have down at the shore. I got a practitioner and everything worked beautifully because I couldn't let go of certain things because I had tenants that were not good. Expectancy is everything. You have to work with your expectancy. You have to expect something to happen and be grateful for it. Every day is going to be a good day. There may be challenges, but I will work through them. I will move through them with the intention of getting something greater and yet greater. A sense of something is happening for me, knowing that it is happening. Gratitude is the way that we reach that inner part of us. We give thanks for the presence and for all that we are given and all that we are learning. We are living in turbulent times, yes? Yes. We are living in turbulent times. So I want to share something with you because I think this is something that I've been doing and I'd like to pass it on. And I'd like you to pass it on because it's really helped me tremendously, along with all the other things that I do. When I get in my car, when I walk around in the street, I say, Spirit, God, please keep me safe and keep everyone around me safe. I say that in my car. I say that outside. I say that in here. Keep me safe and keep everyone around. Is that an easy thing to do? Yes. Can we all do it? Yes. And for me, it's better than fighting. It's better than screaming and yelling and all that other stuff. I'd rather just say, God, please keep me safe and keep everyone around me safe. It's not only about me, it's about everyone. And if you pass that on and you start practicing that, we can evolve in consciousness and we can change the way that things are going. I don't think the politics are going to do it for us. I don't know about you, but I just don't think they're going to. I think we have to, within our own hearts and minds, begin to look out and know that we are safe. Carol Look talked about that also. Gratitude. Be grateful for your safety. I say, God, please keep me safe and keep everyone around me safe. And I'm driving in New York City and some cab driver comes by and almost hits my car, but he doesn't hit it. So I say, thank you, God. You see? I say, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for what didn't happen. Maybe it almost happened, but it didn't happen. You see? I am grateful. And the more that you do this, and it could be for anything at all, just showing your appreciation for God working in your life, for Spirit at work in your life, having that expectancy each and every day. Each and every day, it's going to be a great day. I expect it to be a great day. There may be some challenges, but I will meet them with Spirit. God is my partner in everything, and I am grateful. And I write this down every day. My gratitude, what am I grateful for? How many people in here do that, honestly? Okay, good, that's wonderful. It's up to you. You can do this if you'd like. You don't have to do it, but it's just a good practice. You know, being grateful. Gratitude is so powerful. It really is. It's a very powerful tool. I want to share something with you that I wrote down. It's about what I said before. Harville Hendrick wrote a book called Getting the Love You Want. And he says the first step to getting what you want is to appreciate the love that you have. because the universe always gives you more of what you are focusing on. You will always get more of what you are focusing on. So if you are focusing on the anger and all the other stuff, that's what you're going to get more of. If you are focusing on your love of your fellow human beings, keeping them safe and keeping yourself safe. And it doesn't matter what kind of package that we come in. We all have a spirit within us. So we can ask for safety for ourselves and for others. Please keep me safe. Keep everyone around me safe. That's really so powerful. I've been doing that in my car now, and I have been so blessed. And I really believe in that, having a great expectancy, expecting good things to happen during your day. This is very, very powerful, being grateful. What are you expecting to happen in your life? What are you expecting for yourself? Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door. If the door is closed, it may have a sign on it that says, "Do not disturb." We have to open that door with gratitude. Whether it's in our relationships, whether it's at work, whether it's out there in the world, we have to open that door with gratitude. Being open and receptive to the good in our lives comes from practicing gratitude. Oprah Winfrey, who is an amazingly successful woman, she's, besides all the money that she has and all, she's an amazingly successful woman. And she practices gratitude each and every day. And so do so many people. Warren Buffett, who's a stock advisor, one of the richest men in the world, he practices gratitude. I don't know if Jeff Bezos practices gratitude, but he's got a hell of a lot to be grateful for. He's the richest man in the world now. He just lost $42 billion. Yeah, mere pittance, It's amazing, though. But what good is something if you don't share it? Isn't that true? I really believe in sharing. Being able to share things with other people. That's so important. It really is. Sharing your ideas, sharing anything that you can with others so that others will benefit. Sharing the idea of peace with other people. The idea of gratitude, being grateful for your relationships. So you look for and find the sign on your door and slowly begin to open it with gratitude. The first step to love is wanting to appreciate the love that you have. Whatever love that you have in your life, your love for yourself. I remember Dr. Grayson always said, if you don't love yourself, then just begin by liking yourself. It's okay. Just start to like yourself a little bit more every day. And it really works. You begin to like yourself a little more, and then you begin to know that you care for yourself and you care for other people around you. That's what gratitude does. Gratitude is an energy. It's an energy that opens you. And a lot of us are afraid. There are a lot of people that are really scared of expressing gratitude. Why should I be grateful? Look what happened to me. I think of Joe's mother. She's 93 and she's going blind. And she's so grateful for everything that she has in her life. She expresses that gratitude all the time. And she said to me, like I said before, the only thing I have to do is get someone now to write out my checks for me and help me with my financial things. That's what she thought about. And then I know other people, I won't even tell you what they would say about a situation like that. So it all depends on your attitude. If you have an attitude of gratitude, all kinds of good things come into your life. We have so many people in this community that are very, very generous. And their generosity has brought them a lot of success. They're very successful people. They have generosity in their hearts. Don't be afraid to give away what you have. That's really an act of gratitude. I'm not telling you to go out and give your house away to somebody. What I'm saying to you is that whatever the gift is that you have, give it, and give it freely. Give it generously, and be grateful that you have it. What you are grateful for, you will get more of. You will receive more and more from your attitude of gratitude. I want to share this little story with you. Alan Cohen. How many people have heard of Alan Cohen? Yes, okay. So he wrote a book called The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which was very famous at one time. In fact, he was in New York City with over when Reverend Wade Atkinson was with us. He was there. And he's written a lot of stories, and he's one of Louise Hay's friends that's listed in this book called Gratitude. I really wanted to share this with you. He's talking about his goddaughter, Samantha. And he said that he works with her, he helps her, he takes her on visits. And he said, I drove my 10-year-old goddaughter to her family's new residence. As we turned off the highway onto a dirt road, my heart dropped to see that she and her parents were living in an old school bus in a field. As Samantha showed me around her family's quarters, I felt sad that this little girl that I loved so much was growing up in a shoddy environment. As my eyes painfully fell upon the rusted seams and the metal walls, I realized her family had fallen into a bare subsistence living. I wanted to rescue her. Looking up at me with her big brown eyes, Samantha asked me, would you like to see my room? Okay, I answered hesitantly. The child took me by the hand and guided me up a makeshift staircase that led to a small wooden addition. I shuddered to observe that her room was in the same condition as the rest of the place, just barely livable. Looking around, I noticed one fairly attractive element of her abode, a colorful tapestry hanging over the one section of the room that could be called a wall. How do you feel about living here? I asked Samantha, waiting for a glum response. Instead, to my surprise, her face lit up, and she said, I love my wall. I was stunned. She wasn't kidding. She enjoyed the place because of this colorful wall. The child found a touch of heaven, and this is what she chose to focus on, and therefore she was happy. The reason I share this story with you is because Alan Cohen says that every time that he has a day where he's challenged, he thinks of that little girl, and he remembers her words, I love my wall. What part of your life do you love, and what are you expecting for yourself? Are you expecting more joy, more peace, and more empowerment? Are you expecting more love in your life? There are so many people, I don't think any of us here today realize some of the circumstances that some people live in, and yet they find appreciation and they find joy and they find their blessings. So I think we need to celebrate with gratitude the blessings that we do have. We have a wonderful community. We can hear and see, and we can actually learn things all the time. We have a good sense of who we are. There are so many things to be grateful for. The person that I share my gratitude with, sometimes she says, I'm grateful that I have food on my table, and I'm grateful for a roof over my head, and I'm grateful, and you can go on and on and on, and it begins to shift your consciousness. So when you expect something to happen for you, say thank you, that it already has happened. Say thank you, that you are already creating whatever it is that you would like to have. You see, if we go into a classroom situation and we have a desire to have 25 people in the class and we only have 10, be grateful for the 10. Michael Beckwith taught me that. I talked to him one evening and I was telling him about a class, and he said, you know what, Loretta? You have to appreciate what is. That's the truth. That's the whole gist of this lesson today. Appreciate what is, and you will always get more. It's when you come from this idea, I don't have this, I don't have that, this is missing, that's missing, then you get more of that. You have to recognize with gratitude, and that creates the shift. That's what Wayne Dyer was speaking about. When Wayne Dyer did the movie called The Shift, that's what he was talking about. He was expressing gratitude. He said gratitude shifts your consciousness from what you don't have to what you do have. And as you remember these words, remember the words of that little girl, I love my wall. That was her focus. She loved her wall. It was beautiful to her. It brought her beauty. And sometimes we look at people and we say, wow, she's living in an old school bus. That's really sad. But she saw the joy in that. She really got that. That's something for each and every one of us to admire in another person and to be grateful. Be grateful for the things that you have, and you will have more. That's really the whole idea behind this lesson this morning. When you have something that you would like to do, just claim it for yourself and know that you are having it. Say thank you for it. Because when you say thank you, you are beginning to become a good receiver. When you become a good receiver, so many of us love giving, but we also have to learn to receive. It's kind of like a thing that flows out of us and flows back to us. There's a flow in life. What we give out with love comes back to us. What we give out with hesitation or fear comes back to us. You're better off not giving if you're going to give from fear. You see, you want to give from a generous heart. There's a woman that called me this week, and she wants to come and do a workshop for us. And she's very excited, and she's on the board at Religious Science International with Ken Gordon, and her name is Dr. Joni. Very lovely woman. I think we're going to have her here in the spring. But she started talking to me about the brain. And I said, you know what? I'd like to hear a little more about the heart. I think we already get the brain, but we need the heart. So she knows about the heart and the brain connection, but the heart, heartfelt gratitude, that's what I'm speaking to you about today. The feelings that you have in your heart, don't be afraid to let them out. We go so long in our lives without being able to appreciate and love the things that we have. And I'm reminded of that doctor who said something that really, really touched me. He said, if you don't cry, your organs will. And what he's saying to each and every one of us is that if we do not express ourselves in whatever way we can, our organs will express for us. You see? Very powerful. So this lesson this morning is really focused on being grateful, on appreciating, and on finding the joy in your own life. No one else can do that for you. I always say, don't just sit here, do something. So go home this week and begin to practice gratitude. Begin to talk to another person about what you're grateful for. Don't tell the other person about all the things you don't have and all the problems you have. I can guarantee you they really don't want to hear it. Tell the people about all the good in your life and see what starts to happen when you begin to do that. Begin to tell the people all about all the good in your life and how you appreciate the things that you have and how you're going to work, and maybe your job is a little challenging, but it's getting better every day. You see? That changes things. You begin to appreciate, you begin to say thank you. I want to close this lesson today with another little quote from someone. I believe that this is also from Alan Cohen in his book. And we got an extra hour of sleep. Does everyone feel more rested? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay. So I want to share something that Alan Cohen says, and it's very, very powerful. He says, change your allegiance from fear to love. I love that. And love will sustain you wherever you walk. Walk with love. That's from the Course in Miracles. And also, he's quoting the Course in Miracles here. He says, love cannot be far behind a grateful heart and thankful mind. These are the true conditions for your homecoming. I'll say that again. Love cannot be far behind a grateful heart and thankful mind. These are the true conditions for your homecoming. And so ends our lesson. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Ibichi and Yoichi.
So this morning, when I go outside, I saw beautiful autumn leaves. So I decided to sing Autumn Leaves. The fallen leaves drift by the window. The autumn leaves of red and gold and fall.